Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome. Welcome back to the third session of the main virtual event of the Dutch Blockchain Week. Now, in this third and last session, we're going to speak with Binance and also hand out the Dutch Blockchain Award. But let's start first with our conversation with Max Holvast from Binance. Max, warm welcome to the Dutch Blockchain Week. Now, and for the Dutch people, I think some people, they look at your back name and they say like, okay, Holvast, it has to do maybe a little bit with hodling crypto. I mean, you have a Dutch name, right?
Yeah, I think it's a very unique name and I still don't really know what it means, but it has to do with something of a Frisian background.
Frisian background.
But I like the hodl angle, Max Holvast.
Yeah, well, it has a little hodl, right? Holvast. So, speaking of hodling, you're from Binance. There's a lot of people not just selling cryptos anymore, but hodling them, staking them, for example, at your platform. You are working with the Binance Earn team. Is this the only thing that people do actually when it comes to passive income, just staking coins, or do you also have other products that are now being used by the users?
Yeah, actually, good question. So, not exactly the only thing. So, actually, staking is one of the many options that we have, although it's probably one of the most popular ones. So, Binance Earn has a selection of different products that each serve their own purpose. And staking is one of them. So, we now have over 10 different Earn products. And for beginner users that want to get most out of their crypto holdings, Simple Earn is a good choice, which is a combination of flexible and locked products. And here it gets a little bit complicated, but this was previously called flexible savings, locked savings, and staking. And they have recently been merged into a new product called Simple Earn. So in short, staking used to be staking is now Simple Earn, which is part of
but
Binance
also offering a broader range of products there. I mean, Binance, of course, has been quite a lot in the news lately. Because of all the developments on the ecosystem, on the crypto market as such. If we look to the recent market developments, and I'm not sure if you can talk about this, but like what will happen next and what kind of impact do these market developments have for Binance?
Yeah, I'm not surprised this question came up. And personally, I can only speak for Binance Earn, right, Earn team. But what I can say is that I do expect more regulatory scrutiny for what happens to customers' funds, which is a good thing for the industry. So this acts as a wake-up call for which is still a very new industry to get its act together. Yeah, we must focus on reestablishing user confidence. This requires also a new level of transparency. Yeah, and the role of centralized exchanges here must be to protect users' funds, never mismanage users' funds. And therefore, exchange operations should become the focus of the industry, and Binance has to lead by example, being the largest player. And I think the industry, or I'm confident the industry will become healthier as a result.
Now, you're speaking of managing funds. Can you maybe speak a little bit about how Binance Earn is managing funds?
Yeah, definitely. So I think this is a very important question. Of course, having seen what has been happening over the past many months. But Binance tries to uphold a few different principles when it comes to managing users' funds. So actually there's four main principles, I would say. So one is a self-sufficient business model. So we really aim to minimize exposure to third-party players. Like, as you've seen recently, being exposed to third parties can cause domino effects in the market. We have limited exposure to third parties. The second point is that we avoid over-subsidizing. So we really give reasonable rewards to users. And we do this to have a self-sustaining and sustainable model. And thirdly, we have a healthy balance between liquid and locked offerings. And this is to ensure that users can always unsubscribe. So to give an example, sorry if I got the number slightly off, but I know, for example, that ETH has 70% of its holdings in spot wallet, right? So to make sure it's always liquid. Yeah, and then the fourth point is we always monitor on staking and savings loan-to-value ratios. It becomes a bit technical, but for example, ETH LTV ratio is about 33%. which means that 33% of ETH maximum is loaned out, which is considered very healthy. Yeah, and apart from all these things, we also really focus on user education. So if you look at our app, we always inform users to use the product responsibly. Like you can see FAQs, tutorial videos, risk warnings, etc. And just finally to clarify, this actually has always been our focus, these things, even before recent events. But of course, we have to prioritize user protection, and we will double down on this. And we will also be working with other industry players. And I'm confident we will emerge even stronger as a result of all of this.
Yeah, and I mean, you're offering this incredible knowledge platform, right? Binance Academy, where there's so much information about not just crypto, but also the underlying blockchain technology in the wall. So I think you're doing a great job there. Well, we already touched upon, like, safeguarding clients, customers within the platform. And one of the questions that, well, I got quite often when I speak about using cryptos, buying cryptos, and, for example, staking them, is the really high percentage that people get, a really high APR, so-called, on these savings, on the cryptos that people stake. How is this possible? How is this sustainable?
Yeah, so the short answer is yes, it's sustainable. So apart from what I just mentioned, right, we avoid over-subsidizing and we give quite reasonable rewards in most cases. But I can tell the viewers a bit more about the high APRs that we give. Where does it come from? And it's mainly from three different areas. First of all, like many projects, they have a point of stake mechanism. So they offer high on-chain yields. Binance simply stakes the funds on behalf of the customers and provides these yields back to the customer. Like one project I can think of is XC Infinity that does this. But then the second one is some high yield activities that you will see are actually sponsored by the project. So you can imagine that they sponsor us tokens in exchange for more marketing exposure, for example. And thirdly, for other projects or actually other business units within Binance, they may have high demand for tokens, right? So example, margin or loans business. We need to get more liquidity and sometimes a short notice, so we give a high APR to absorb this liquidity. And of course, more demand for loans, for example, and in this case loans, comes also with additional revenues, right? Because users need to pay an interest on those loans. So there's always a way that it comes back to us, and there's very little subsidy from our side.
Now, you're overseeing Earn, like one of the more important parts of Binance, like the largest crypto exchange in the world. Can you see some trends happening within this Earn department, or more on a global scale when it comes to passive income, like staking and these kind of financial instruments?
Yeah, definitely. So actually, the trend that we see that we have seen over the last few years is that our user base is growing, and which also means that there's more maturity. So the user base is becoming more mature, and they also have a higher demand for various different use cases. So in the beginning, it was like you mentioned before, users just want to hodl their crypto and earn some interest. So nowadays, users have enhanced knowledge and they come with specific requirements, right? I can give you a few examples. Like retail traders nowadays, they want to DCA or dollar cost average strategy in order to grow their crypto portfolio, and they can do that with Earn Team. Or we have high frequency arbitrage traders, which are like pro traders, you can say. We also have a solution for that. And then there's simply those guys that are just willing to take on extra risk in order to get high returns. And there's a bit of a few different user personas. But in general, you could say that users are becoming more sophisticated.
Now, speaking of these user personas, yes, there are like so many of them within the crypto ecosystem. People, as you already mentioned, that are okay with taking a little bit more risk. People that are trading on a daily average. People that have, like quite some extensive knowledge about how to work with cryptos in the and other financial instruments. Do you have any cool new products that you're offering from the Binance Earn for these professional users of cryptocurrencies?
Yeah, so actually we have, like I mentioned, over 10 different products, but I will highlight just a few of them for different user types that hopefully there's something interesting for everybody that's watching. But the first one I would say is one that we recently launched, which is called Auto Invest. And this one is more focused on beginner retail users, especially retail users, I would say. So this allows users to invest on a long time horizon, but they don't have to worry too much about price volatility. And this is what I mentioned before. The strategy applied here is called DCA, or dollar cost averaging. So and how it works is that users can, with Auto Invest, can set a recurring buy order. And then the funds will automatically be subscribed to after buying to their flexible earn account, so they can also earn additional APR. And you can buy on an hourly, weekly, or even monthly basis. And some other cool features this product has is, example, you can buy a portfolio of coins at once. For example, you can buy a set portfolio of 5 coins every hour, every month. And then you can also track the ROI within the product. It's pretty cool. And then another product, which I would say is more for advanced users that I wanted to highlight, is called liquidity farming. And this allows users to earn APR by adding liquidity to liquidity pools. And this is quite similar to DeFi yield farming. So I think many users the more pro users are familiar with that. And it allows users to earn swap fees and rewards. And by adding holdings, they become liquidity providers in the end. But this all happens conveniently on the Binance platform. Yeah. Then we have many more products, but I would say go check them out on the Binance app.
For sure. And these are existing products. These are some cool things that you're offering now to people that are interested in doing a little bit more than just staking their cryptocurrencies. Not sure if you are allowed to, but can you already give a little sneak peek in what is coming for the upcoming year? Do you have already some cool new functionalities that you can announce, or new products that Binance will actually launch for the ecosystem for its users?
Yeah, definitely. So we have a lot of exciting new products coming up soon. But I would say one that I can highlight is actually one that is launching in December, pretty soon. And it's a collaboration between Binance Earn and CoinMarketCap. I think most users are familiar with CoinMarketCap. And this is called the Binance CMC Cryptocurrency Top 10 Equal Weighted Index. It's a mouthful. But basically what this is it's a benchmark index that tracks the top 10 tokens by market cap. And this is really a great tool for users who don't want to worry about picking their portfolio and rebalancing, because this index rebalances automatically every month. Like, I think people are familiar with indexes from traditional finance, but now they can also purchase this in the world of crypto.
Interesting.
It will be definitely, and it will be integrated with Auto Invest, which allows users to buy it also on a recurring basis. And that's, to me, is an ultimate way of diversifying, right? So you diversify your assets because you buy 10 different cryptos, but also you spread out the purchases over time.
And yeah, that is really interesting, because this is indeed one of the things, people usually talk about index funds and like safely investing in them, and just stepping one step back, and just thinking like, this is okay, the index will do its work. So it's really interesting to hear that Binance will actually launch an index funds, an automatic index funds, together with CoinMarketCap. I can see some people here back home, although they are still maybe a little scared, of course, after all the things that happened in the past weeks. Maybe people will give it a try again, go to Binance. Maybe they already have some coins already stored or staked at Binance. What would be any ideas, any tips from your side if people really want to try or test out these kind of products on the Earn platform?
Yeah, actually, it's very easy. So users, if they haven't yet, they can download the app, buy their first coin, and subscribe to any of the Earn products. They can always start with simple Earn, because it's principal protected. It's quite easy to use. Yeah. But optionally, they can also participate in what we call Learn and Earn campaigns. So they can qualify for free crypto by completing a course or some quiz. Okay. And not only they get some free crypto out of it, but it's also an easy way to actually learn and experience the product firsthand. So yeah, I would advise to definitely check that out.
Learn to earn. Now I knew about play to earn, I knew about where to earn, dance to earn, and a lot of other earns, but I didn't know about learn to earn. So that's a really interesting concept. And so people go to the platform, they complete a course, and then they get BNB tokens, or?
Yeah, depends. We have some learn to earn. Actually, we do it on a monthly basis usually. So sometimes it's BNB, sometimes it's Bitcoin, sometimes it's Ethereum. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Now I'm going to close down the conversation with a question that we also discussed yesterday and with some people today, is about the difference between a centralized and a decentralized solution, especially when it comes to self-custody, right? So be your own bank, hold your own coins, your own tokens. What is your view when it comes to self-custody and DeFi, when it comes actually to these passive income options? So CeFi versus DeFi.
Yeah, exactly. Good question. So I'll also try to answer this from an earn perspective. Like you mentioned, CeFi, centralized finance versus decentralized finance, DeFi. I think they both have a very important role to play. CeFi, for example, it's much easier to use, easier UX, has lower fees, has a more curated experience, so they can find everything in one platform. And then there's no risk of stuff like token swaps or losing keys. And on top of that, I think, especially in Binance, we see also Binance Earn as an entry into DeFi. So example, like I mentioned before, liquidity farming is basically yield farming, but in a centralized, easier way. But yeah, DeFi, again, is more for the advanced users, but sometimes or often has higher yields. And it's self-custody, right? So of course, nowadays, the focus is a lot more and more on self-custody. And then, yeah, Binance aims to have a great solution for both tools, right? So we have a centralized platform, but also a decentralized platform on the BNB chain. And I believe that people are free to do what suits them, right?
Cool. Max Holvast from Binance. Many thanks for joining us. I think from Singapore, right?
I'm in Kuala Lumpur, in Malaysia.
Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Well, it's great having you with us. And many thanks for joining and explaining everything about recent market developments, Binance Earn, and so forth. Really appreciate it that you took the time to be with us. It's already night at your place, so have a great night. Many thanks for joining us, and hope to see you at one of our next events.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thanks everyone who's watching this stream. I really enjoyed talking crypto here with you today, and I hope to see all of you guys soon on the Binance platform.